Hello, beautiful human. Thanks for clicking on our conversation with Olivia Rodrigo. We have a lot to discuss. Obviously, driver's license, but album, touring, everything. I really want to know about her writing process and how it all works. So, yeah, leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. Please like the video, and even if you hate us, subscribe. And this conversation is sponsored by Total Wireless. Do amazing with Total Wireless.
Let's do this.
Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach, that's Dan, and we welcome to the couch, kind of, Olivia Rodrigo.
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, there's a lot of life to discuss here. Can I start with the obvious?
Sure.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's been like the most insane 2 months of my entire life, but I'm feeling so grateful and so excited for what's to come. And yeah, it's been just crazy. I just say that over and over again, but it's just truly like crazy. I can't really wrap my head around all of it.
You are a genuine music fan. Is there a song right now that best captures what you're going through in life?
You know, it's such a unique, crazy experience. I feel like it's something that's like so unique to me, and but everybody's kind of like felt that sort of pressure and like craziness that this is, I suppose. But there's this one song by Lorde called "Still Sane," and she wrote it, I think, after Royals came out, and she was just talking about like kind of the crazy success that she had with that song. And I listen to that song now and I'm like, whoa, that's so crazy. Like, I feel like I really resonate with those lyrics. So yeah, but I don't know. I really can't process everything that's happened. So I don't know like what song could, I don't know.
Do you remember the first song that you ever wrote? Because you are a songwriter at heart. Like that's your passion. That's what you love to do from what I've gathered about you so far.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely is my thing. I've been songwriting for as long as I can remember. There wasn't like a moment where I was like, okay, now I'm going to become a songwriter. Like, it's just always been a common thread in my life. I truly like don't remember like the first song that I wrote. I have like home videos of me when I was like 3 or 4 years old making up songs about like being lost in the grocery store and not being a parent or something like that, like crazy stuff like that. But the first song I wrote on piano was called Superman. And the hook was, I don't need no Superman to come and save me. Come and teach me lessons because I'm a human being and I can clean up my own messes. And I was probably like 9 years old or something. And I was like, I'm a very empowered 9-year-old, I suppose.
Do you write songs every day? Or do you like block out periods in your life where you force yourself to write?
I love writing. And so I usually write every day. Sometimes when I get really busy, I don't have the time, but I'm always constantly thinking about writing songs. I'm like sort of like obsessed with it. Like I literally have like dreams sometimes where like in the dream, I'm like, yeah, that's a really interesting rhyme. That's great. And it's like this like sweet dream about like making a rhyme for a song.
Do you wake
so
up
yeah,
and
I write all the time. Sorry?
Like, when you have a dream like that, do you wake up and take notes about it? Do you like how do you document that inspiration?
I don't really remember like all of my dreams all the time. And usually like as soon as I wake up, I'll like forget the specifics of it. Like there have been moments where I've like had a dream and I've like dreamt up an entire song and I'm like, this is brilliant. Oh my God, this is so great. This is amazing. And then I wake up and I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what I was just thinking about. And I think that happens to like other people too. So I know like if I could have one superpower, it would be, to be able to like record my dreams on VHS and like watch them back. I think about this so often. I think that would be so cool.
Yeah. And also like scary for some, but the ability to record and go back and see.
Right? It'd be so interesting. Just like a deep delve into your psyche. It'd be so cool.
How do songs usually start for you? I know it's you at a piano, but is it you taking notes about what you're going through in life? And yes, some songs come from a dream, but it sounds like a lot of things come from reality.
Yeah. I'm a big lyricist. And so I will like write down like poems in my notes app or in my diary, or I'll be thinking about something and I'll be like, oh, that could be a good line. Like the first line that I ever wrote for driver's license was, I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. And I like was just like thinking about that while I was sitting in the passenger seat of my mom's car, and I just wrote that down in my notes app. And then when I like sat down to write at the piano, I was like, oh, that's a good like little bit. So I put that in the chorus, and lots of my songs kind of start out that way, start out from like a lyric or like a lyrical concept, just because I love lyrics so much. But, you know, it's also different every time. And I think that's sort of the magic of songwriting.
Safe to say that car ride changed your life.
I know. Crazy to think about. Yeah.
Does driver's license change how you've been making music from that moment on? Like since you put it out?
You know, I thought after driver's license, I would feel really self-conscious or feel a lot of pressure to kind of live up to everything that driver's license has become. But I really like haven't lately. And I've been writing, and I've been writing some really great stuff lately. And I just always remember that I don't write music to put music out or to have music chart. I really just write music because it's my favorite thing in the whole world to do. I just love it so much. So, yeah, if anything, driver's license has only really given me confidence.
There's something special between you and Daniel, right? Like there's, like I'm watching you guys do your New York Times story of a song, and there's something very unique between this relationship between an artist and a producer, which, by the way, like is a very vital relationship as you choose to make music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very valid and interesting observation. Yeah, I spend so much time with him. I've spent like 8 hours with him every day for like months on end. So, yeah, we're definitely like really close and great pals. And I really trust him, which I think is the biggest thing that you look for in a collaborator. And I really trust his taste, and I really appreciate someone who will tell me, you know, what they really think. I think writing songs or producing songs with people who are like yes men and just like love everything that you do is not super beneficial. And so he's definitely guided me through songwriting and, you know, my first sort of releases and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm so grateful for him, and I couldn't ask for a better collaborator.
How do you grow with yes men, right? How do you grow if you're not being challenged and told, that sucks, but what about this, you know?
Right. Exactly.
How many songs are you currently sitting on?
You know what? I, over the course of my life, have probably written like literally thousands of songs. I write so much. But produced, I'm like looking, like there's like a track list up there, like on the whiteboard that you can't see. But I'm like, I probably have like produced like maybe like 15 or something like that. So see, I'm also like so picky. Like one day I'm like, this is great, and the next day I'm like, I'm never putting this out. This is awful. So we'll see what happens.
The infamous whiteboard. What does that mean to you when you look?
Whiteboard, yes,
when you look up at that? Is that pressure? Is that like what does it mean today?
Yeah, you know what? I truly like don't feel so much pressure. I really feel such excitement at these opportunities that I've been given, and that sounds like sort of like cliche, I suppose, but it's really true. And I just love making music, and I'm so excited that I get to do it. And I'm so excited that people are going to listen, hopefully. Like that's just so surreal. And, you know, it's everything I've ever dreamed of since I was a little girl. So yeah, I'm just so stoked.
How do you know when a song is finished?
You don't. I literally like, until like they were like, okay, Olivia, you have to turn in driver's license. I was like, no, this has to be different. This drum sound isn't right. This is like, I just like obsess over it. So, you know, I think there's certainly an art to knowing when to stop, but I haven't totally figured that out yet. But I think I'll get a grip on it as I sort of grow in my songwriting and my musical abilities.
Did you have another one of the songs you wrote picked out to be a debut single before writing driver's license?
No, I think driver's license was always the one. I think I really liked having that be my introduction to the world. It's such a vulnerable song that really feels so much like me. And so it's really cool that my first song is this like really intimate glimpse into my feelings. I think I wouldn't have it any other way.
Does making music come easy to you?
No. I love it, but it doesn't always come easy. I think there's periods where, you know, you don't have writer's block and it's just flows and you're really inspired. But lots of time it's like work, and lots of times I have to sit down on my piano and be like, okay, Olivia, you're going to write for an hour, and then if you don't like it, that's fine, but you're going to at least try. And I just recently watched the Billie Eilish documentary, which is so amazing. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but it's so great if you haven't.
We don't want to brag, but we're in it.
Did you see us?
Are you really?
Did you see us?
We know you were?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my God, shut up. That's amazing. I totally missed that. That's so great. Congratulations.
We were at different phases of our lives then. Dan had pink hair. I was wearing glasses. We were different people.
Oh,
no,
okay. I'm like, it's like coming back to me.
Oh,
it's coming back.
You don't have to pretend like you remember.
I'm not pretending, but I remember her doing like radio interviews, but I think I was just like so like focused on like what she was saying. But like, that's still so sick. That's amazing.
Well, Billie,
but she was talking about that in the documentary, is like how sometimes it's really hard to write songs. And you just get like really like insecure. I feel like, at least I do. It's like some days I'm like, this is amazing. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. And other days I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. I don't know why anyone is listening to this. I can't do this. And, you know, I think that's just part of like being an artist and making art that's like really personal and vulnerable. I think that's just part of it.
100%. And, you know, I've heard people like Shawn Mendes say, like, genius doesn't strike every day. So to put pressure on yourself to do it every day is like, but at the same time, there's also writers who write songs every day to get good at it, you know?
Yeah, no, I think there's something to writing every day. I think ideas flow more easily when you're constantly showing up. I think, I don't know, I believe in like cosmic energy and like, you know, higher powers and stuff with creativity. And I think that if you know, show the universe that you're willing to put the work in, that you will like receive great ideas more often. I don't know.
Yes.
Don't mean to, you know, get on a soapbox, but
by the way, amen. I totally agree. When you tap in, but also what you put out is what you get back, right? And I think it's so many different layers of life. And
exactly.
Totally.
Well, since the song has blown up, have you been writing a lot of songs that you're liking?
Yeah, I actually have, which has been surprising. I guess I sort of thought that I was going to be like sitting on my piano, like trying to write the next driver's license, or like trying to write something that would top it. But, you know, I really just, you know, have gotten actually a lot of confidence from driver's license, and a lot of confidence in my ability and strength in my voice. And so it's actually been really wonderful. And I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought I was going to be freaking out, but, you know, I'm really happy that I'm not yet, at least, knock on wood. Yeah, exactly.
It's real wood. Don't worry. I knock on wood.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All day.
Appreciate you. I don't have any wood near me.
What do your parents think of all this? I mean, you've been on this ride with them for a very long time. I mean, you've been acting, you've been creating some sort of art in some fashion for a minute, and they've been by your side.
Yeah. I have the most lovely parents in the whole world, and they have sacrificed so much to see me live my dreams, and they're just so happy for me and so proud of me. And but at the end of the day, it's so nice because they're just my parents, and, you know, all this crazy stuff is happening, and my mom's like, you need to clean your room and put gas in your car, Olivia. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have some sense of like normalcy, and my parents are definitely that for me.
And by the way, you don't want it any other way. Like, as an artist, when you think of it, do you want a normal life, or do you want this glitzy glamour life?
Right.
Is it easier to create music where? Like, what headspace?
I have no idea. I don't think my life is glitzy or glammy at all. I literally every day I do my like environmental science homework and go in the studio and hang with people, and then come home and like go to sleep. Like, it's not some like crazy thing, but, you know, I just feel really lucky that I get to do what I love every day, and feel so lucky that, you know, this song that I love has been super successful.
Can we talk about the bridge, which could be the greatest bridge ever?
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
At what point in the song was that written? Was it mostly done and then you added that? Did that come first and you built around it?
The very last thing that we wrote, and I wrote that together. And I just remember like playing it on the piano and being like, whoa, this is so great. This is like so powerful. And, we like laid a bunch of vocals in there, and I was like, oh my God, it sounds like Lord in the best way. And so it was really incredible that people loved it as much as we did, because I think that's one of my favorite parts of the song.
Was there any discussions about like, should you use the F word? Should you not use the F word? Or is that just like, you're like, I'm doing it, I don't really care?
I mean, there is like a radio edit, but I always just like love people swearing in songs. And I also feel like it was sort of like necessary. Like, it wasn't just throwing it in there just to throw it in there. Like, I feel like it like added a lot to the song, and it sort of served that purpose of, being like the angry lyric. I think there's so much like anger that goes along with sadness. And so I think to have like a little sprinkle of anger in there was really necessary and sort of made the song what it was.
On the whiteboard right now, do you see that as an EP? Do you see that as an album? Do you see that as a string of singles? What is it?
That is for me to know and you to find out soon.
Is there a cohesive story that is like connects all the songs that sits on your whiteboard, or are they all individual like pieces? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try to make all of my songs, especially on a project. I haven't put a project before, so it's first time everything, but I try to make them cohesive, but I think that they're going to be different in subject matter and also like sound. And I think those are kind of my favorite records that have a little something for everybody.
Amazing. Today, as we sit here, Olivia Rodrigo, how do you measure success in music and in life?
Oh, wow.
And they're two different things, right?
Yeah. No, that's a deep question. Honestly, I think for me, I felt really successful making a song that I felt like was a true representation of what I was feeling and what I was going through. That to me is the hardest thing to do and the most gratifying. And so, all of the charts and the records and stuff is just icing on the cake of me being able to write a song that really resonates with me. So, yeah.
So success is genuine, honest art?
I suppose. I think so. Yeah. Making art that you like. And that helps you, I guess.
Do you think about touring at all?
I think about touring all the time. I've never played a show with my own music in my life. So it's going to be really crazy to get to kind of do that for the first time when the world opens up. And I'm so excited.
So are we.
Thanks.
Were you still filming High School Musical while all this was going on with driver's license like out there blowing up?
Yeah. We just wrapped maybe like 4 days ago. So that was really exciting to celebrate that.
Yeah. What was life like on set as you have like the biggest song in the world and you still have to concentrate on a TV show you're shooting?
Yeah. All of my cast members are so supportive and wonderful. So it was really nice to see that.
Olivia Rodrigo, I can't thank you enough for taking time today and giving us energy in any capacity. Album, EP time, please come back and hang out. And
Will do.
I would love to go through it all. I'm really excited to hear what's next. And I thank you. And by the way, the music you write for High School Musical, the musical, is absolutely exceptional. And
thank you.
As somebody whose life has been heavily influenced by High School Musical, the joy that it brings me to hear those songs recut, it is, you are phenomenal. Truly phenomenal.
Thank you. You are so kind. I really, really appreciate that.
I have a question off that quickly. When you're writing for the show compared to your own music, do you do it differently or is it basically the same thing?
I always try to insert pieces of my real life and my real emotions into songs into the songs that I write for High School Musical, because I just feel like songs are better that way. And I feel like people can tell when something is honest and coming from a real place versus when it's not. But it is really interesting to write for a character. And I think that's fun. And I think restrictions like that sort of make you more creative. And so it was a really awesome challenge. And I'm really grateful that they let me do that.
Well, that's it. And you know that when you run out of life or want to live less life, you can always, put yourself into somebody else's shoes and craft records
exactly.
around it. I'm pretty sure that Sam Smith wrote half of their second album, I think, about somebody else or a collection of different people.
I think that's so great. I do that all the time too. That's one of the most fun parts of being a songwriter is you get to be whoever you want to be.
Olivia Rodrigo, I thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate you giving us time. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, beautiful human, thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. A full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.